Welcome back, 5 Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. You know, sometimes you fuck up just a little bit. Well, that was a little more than that. So, what happened was the RAGL semifinals are actually best of 5. I only casted 3 games. So, what was going on there? Something went awry. Something went very, very south. I actually downloaded an incomplete map pack, or a replay pack, and as a result, I was missing 2 games. And as a result of that, concomitantly and conclusively, there is going to be another 2 games at least between Mr. Cav and Mr. Blackened. And I actually stand corrected and humbled. So we actually all thought, or I guess I thought, that Cav was beaten and down, but he's only down 1 and 2. So he definitely still has a shot at taking this series. Welcome back, Commanders. This time around the color schemes are atrocious, by the way. I can barely tell them apart on the minimap, let alone in the actual engagement. Blackened taking the early win here. Not trying to push forward too much, but he's taking position around the Ulderic, and the map in question is Glittering Gully. This is the map with the gem mines. I kind of like this idea. You have to invest an upfront 500 or 400 credits to get the bridge repaired. You know, just have the engineer sacrifice his life to turn into a ponton, or however that works. And then as a result you get to mine the gems. Oh! That was unlucky from Blackened. He just started to move. So, first mover's advantage, definitely not a thing in OpenRA. It's a first mover's disadvantage if it comes to engagements. Stationary infantry always win out over the mobile ones, because they get to fire first. They also get to have an extra cell of line of sight because of how line of sight actually travels with you, but it travels tile by tile. And infantry have subtiles that they occupy, but the subtiles don't update with the fog of war. Rather, the tile only updates as soon as you enter a new cell. So it's kind of even worse for infantry than it is for tanks or vehicles, because vehicles generally occupy one full spot. So Blackened, things went from very good to real bad. Real fast. He's now trying to give him the loop around and trying to protect his oil derrick. But derricks are 1 and 1 respectively. I want to take a look at the army graph here. This was actually starting to look good with the early win, and then all of a sudden the plummet. So as a result, with both producing at full capacity, Ranger takes a bruising. Trying to tank some shots here. Okay, that's probably not worth it. I mean, it is worth it if he gets the oil derrick. Light tanks, though, from Blackened. I like this idea a lot. This is really smart. This is a brilliant move. Also get some really good connections already. Trying to pelt them with the guns. The beauty main guns here. Alright. It's gonna take a while, but hey. Nice little distraction. Okay. And Cav actually repaired his bridge. He invested the 400 credits into an extra engineer. Curiously enough, he did have an engineer ready. Alright, so we're seeing Cav with more light tank production. Blackened going for a service depot now. And interestingly, Cav went for a service depot and then moved out his MCV. Okay, he's just relocating. Trying to get the double gem mine. Thing is, Blackened is operating off of 2 mines. He is not trying to expand for the time being. He has killed the oil derrick off, so there's something there. Little Pyrrhic victory. But his eco-scaling is gonna be in the gutter. Let's be real here. Okay, he's trying... Oh god, he invested into another engineer. Trying to patch up now. But the thing is, Cav has already mined a lot of gems here. So his income is gonna spike. He is gonna be a rich boy. Gets a nice little loan of a small loan of $1 million here. Alright. Peaking, but the assets should be... Okay, they're still in Blackened's favor. Cash bank though. Cav crucially has the bigger bank here. More bank for buck. My goodness, the rocket density. So
yeah, Blackened has fully saturated his army with rockets. Barely any rifles here. So if this army ever loses its front lines, it's gonna crumble. Because the rifles are then gonna tear through the rockets. They're gonna make mincemeat out of those. And that's never a good time. But as it stands right now, Blackened's econ stalling a bit. He's got 6 howitzers over 5. So there's a little something something. He's also trying to take down the second oil derrick, which he should do without any effort. I like the ambush. Okay, this is smart. Okay, he's revealing his hand. Never mind. And Cav is wisely retreating. So the econ should now be at parity, now that Blackened has started mining from the gems. But he has put himself on a timer because there is no gems left on Cav's side. He's already gotten a lot of bank here. Army is still very even, so it boils down to one big engagement. Right now I'm liking the flank from Cav a lot more. Wider front this time around. Let's see. Let's see. This is gonna get dicey. It all depends on the front lines and how they're connecting. Oh my goodness, the tank here from Cav. Waltzing all over the front lines. Yeah, that's it. Jeez Louise. That was one tank crush and a half. What a crushing victory for Cav. My lord. He also has done his signature move of parking just one medium in the back lines. Blackened is wise to it, though, and those harvesters don't have much to mine anyway, so they're just good damage sponges. Oof, this was rough. This was really just the, once again, first mover's disadvantage. Blackened trying to defend frantically, reinforcing his fronts. He knows the push is coming. But can he actually do anything about it? He's, by the way, on 2 bases, but those 2 bases have not been spread apart at all. Whereas Cav is still on 1 base. He has built a service depot, but he only used it for tanks. So, not only is Blackened behind an army, he's also basically behind an MCV to boot. Army should still be My goodness. I eat my words just before speaking them. This is horrendous. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Once the front lines start crumbling, there is just no salvaging it anymore. Man, so I guess it all boils down to game 5 if this... if my assumption here is correct. Because, like, how are you gonna hold this? This is wave 1, wave 2. There's the infantry wave, tank wave, infantry wave. Do we have more? Do we have any more? Yeah, he's hard committing. Hard committing into pillboxes though, so this time around the front lines are not going to be connecting as well as before. My goodness, again, one more tank. Yeah, but they're just enough. That's just, he's hitting him in the face with the wallet. This is the classic good old wallet punch. GG is called. And that's the great equalizer. We are now at a 2-2 parity, and there's going to be an actual final match to the series. I'm hyped. See you in a sec.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alright, Cav and Blackened, round 5. Here we go. Down to the punch. It all comes down to Dover. The map where we figured out, we sussed it out that this must be the southeastern coast of England. Probably. Here's the ferry to Calais. It's a quaint little village. Good old Dover. Dover? I don't know. Those tiles look gorgeous. Just saying, pixel art is still holding up 25 years later. Is it 25 years? Presumably. This time around, oh my goodness, the Soviets have invaded southeastern England. That's no bueno. We got ourselves the Ukraine versus France matchup. So both occupying forces, I guess. Oh boy, if we're to learn anything from history, the French occupation, or the Normannic occupation of England was, I think, not a good time for the gentry. But it's super interesting from a linguistic perspective, because have you ever wondered, this may be not that interesting of a bit of trivia for actual native speakers, but for me it was fascinating to learn that, you know, the reason for why some of the
some of the types of meat have different different words for the meat than for the animal. So it's like, for example, it's calf, but the meat is veal. And the reason is that the gentry didn't have those higher value meats, right? So, oh, nice push here. So they're nomadic invaders and were basically the elite class at that point. And the elite were, you know, they had some veal. They had all the good meats. And thus, it stuck in the English... wow, that's aggressive. And thus, it kind of stuck with the English language that higher value meats, or what was considered higher value meat at the time, were actually using the French language, because it was basically reserved for the nomadic invaders, whereas the cheaper meats, such as chicken, you know, the animal is chicken and the meat is chicken breast, because yeah, that was okay for the gentry to eat. So I think that's a interesting bit of trivia, and interesting that the discrepancy that comes from that. But that tangent aside, that was a very, very expensive trade on the oil derrick. And I don't know if Blackened wants to defend his own oil derrick. This is now going to be just a trade. Line of sight advantage would be here. Pull back the rockets, thank you. That was important. Yeah, light tank is coming in hot. Oh god. Oh god, look at the army. Look at the lack of an army. 3 rockets remaining. What are you doing, my friend? He's hunting for the rockets. Sending his hunt squad out. And there is very little space to deploy a pillbox either. Oh my goodness, Blackened pulling a harvester? Bringing out the APC. Oh, it's not looking good for him. Let's see, how many road kills can this APC pick up? Actually, a lot. Jeez. Okay. He has legitimately killed all but 1 rifle. Wow. That was a defense and a half. This hero APC pulling it back. Pretty good. Okay, the light tank definitely doesn't want to follow suit here. Doesn't want to die like a hero, like predecessor. This APC, man, you don't gain veterancy for crushes, but that was... Oh my goodness, does connect here. Oh lord. What a back and forth. But you don't gain veterancy for crushes, but this would have been a star general promotion. Most certainly. Okay, light tanks. Light tank numbers actually... Oh, diminishing, but a super sick crush. The counter crush from Kov's light tanks. Medic's doing a number here. Okay, he is hard focusing the rockets as he needs to. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. He should have kept on focusing the rocket soldiers. I mean, here we've got the counter mistake. We've got the light tanks overcommitting into this meat grinder. There is an MCV out. I don't know about that one, buddy. I mean, it can tank for a bit, but MCVs have light armor. And you know what light tanks are good against? That's right. They... Oh, no, not like this. This is... Yeah. The light tank is just chewing through the armor of the MCV. This was a grave mistake. You never want to commit into light vehicles with an MCV. Light vehicles of all kinds make mincemeat of that. MCV has light armor, unlike most other unlike most other vehicles who have heavy armor. Look at that. That is just a shellacking in this game here. Okay, he's focusing down the barracks. This is such a scrappy game. And yeah, Blackened really giving it his all, but it's not looking good for him. There's just nothing left. Nothing left but the crying. It's all over but the crying. Ore truck is going to get pelted away at by the light tanks. Now down goes the flame tower, and he can't produce as fast as Kaf is killing his stuff. Man, what a brutal, savage game. This flame tower though, still standing strong. Man, the problem is it's not looking half bad if you just take the value into account, but the problem is Cav has just expanded off the back of this and is expanding a second time. So all of Blackened's forces are confined into his own base. Yeah, he's trading okay. It doesn't look too bad, right? The barracks are so low. He literally has no infantry army. Oh my goodness, but the economy is just gonna be in the gutter. Blackened on 3 harvesters, down 6k already. The MCV is now moving out. That's the original MCV. That's basically the last Hail Mary play that Blackened has left in the tank. Man, game number 5 is not looking hot anymore. He can just close the sack. Blackened is given some time now, maybe to recover, but I just doubt it. He didn't even have the time to fully patch up his heavies. Sure, that's 2 heavies, but you can realistically just park a couple rocket soldiers here. You're gonna be golden. 5 light tanks hunting in a pack, trying to see if they can find another MCV, you know? Just as they do. Ooh, he could have tracked them with a bug. This is not an engagement you want to take, though. Yeah, they can easily 2v5 if you focus them down. Look at the burst. Huh? Yep. Yep. 2 heavies with proper micro do win against 5 light tanks. The cost efficiency is just unreal. Oh, okay. Not against 6, though. 6 is a bit too much. But think about it. Production tab. How much does a light tank cost? 700. How much does a heavy tank cost? 1150. So that's 1350 versus 2300. That is ridiculous, and they're winning hands down. Oh no, not like this. Base is sniffed out. So yeah, in terms of vehicle combat, the light tanks just are not cost efficient. Here's also, you know, an army, an actual standing army, out for Cav, who is gonna do the good old cavalry move and waltz all over Blackened's dreams and hopes. I'm sorry I got your hopes up. I apologize dearly. This time around, Blackened, from the get-go, from the early game, little overcommitment into a terrible, terrible mid-game. I mean, that's not even a mid-game anymore. That is just the end. Oh, is the MCV gonna run foul of another flank here? No, not yet. He has at least recovered econ-wise, but the assets 20k down. 20 freaking K. Yeah, the Frenchies. The Frenchies are waltzing over your base. What say you, my friend? And as is typical for Cav, he's just got almost only rockets, you know? He's playing the rockets only challenge here. Oh, this is so brutal. Look at what they're doing to the flame towers. Yeah, War Factory is going to die in just a hot second. Speaking of hot, that flame tower, kinda hot, you know, but at the end of the day, that is just gonna be it. That is going to be it. The forces are overwhelming. Too dense is the rocket blob. He's gonna kill the service depot. I actually think he would have been better served just trading into the army first, and then taking care of the service depot. But that's fine. That's fine too. You know, can just have some fun. Just absolutely ensure there is no way of a comeback. Medic scouts out the construction yard. The commitment. The rifles are actually gonna kill the flame tower. This one is on star rank now. Solid. Very solid. And he's looking for the second part of the econ. Oh my goodness. There is a defending force at home. Yeah, GG, well played. Very sportsmanlike. And that's it. So the reverse sweep after being down 1-2. Cav just reverse sweeps Blackened and sweeps him off the map. Brutal, brutal games. really entertaining to watch, and especially game number 5 was just cutthroat. This was just neither party relenting, except one of them had an expansion, the other didn't. Yeah, the power of aggression. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the little confusion. I bamboozled myself. Yeah, next time we're going to be back with the second leg of the semifinals. See you there. 5 aces out.
Battle control terminated.